Planetary Tuning. To rebalance, harmonize, retune, remember. Good morning, everyone. The author of this method, Tiziano Bellucci, is a musician, a researcher of anthroposophy. He'd like to invite you to get to know this method that you'll be able to explore further at the link shown here. This method is called Planetary Tuning. It's based on a sound system which aims at reharmonizing and restoring the balance between human beings, their destinies, and their pre-birth choices. The origin of any disease is to be found in the connection between parts of the body and parts of the universe, the stars. Every organ is in tune with the planet of the solar system. Spiritual science tells us that before their birth, every individual used to live as a spiritual creature in an immaterial state within a zodiacal planetary reality. Rudolf Steiner tells us that after living our lives on Earth, we continue our existence after death, ascending to higher states of consciousness that various traditions call the Afterlife or Purgatory, Paradise. These worlds in which, after their deaths, humans have a disembodied, immaterial existence are those very same zodiacal planetary spheres that from the Earth we can see shining in the sky. And we live there as cosmic beings, effused into the cosmos. In fact, the path we tread after death is like an expansion of our soul, which spreads towards and within the various planetary orbits in the solar system. In each planetary sphere, the soul undergoes specific experiences and encounters special entities belonging to the hierarchies. The expansion begins as we effuse into the orbit of the Moon, then of Mercury, Venus and the Sun, going on to Mars, Jupiter and Saturn. We lead an extraterrestrial life in these higher planetary worlds and pour into them the fruits of our previous experiences on Earth. After a certain period of time that can even last for centuries, we are faced with a new opportunity for growth, to return to Earth so as to reap new fruits and gain new faculties. In order to be able to descend once more to Earth, we need to do two things: fashion a new body for ourselves with new organs, and draw up and prepare a new destiny plan that includes new encounters, as well as opportunities to compensate for and remedy any mistakes that we may have committed against other human beings during a previous life. Just as we ascended all the way to the sphere of Saturn, we must now redescend and go back all the way down the planetary path. As we cross each of the various planets, we collect a series of gifts. These gifts are talents and strengths which will make it possible to form specific physical organs within our physical bodies once we are on the Earth. For example, as we travel downwards, the spirit of planet Saturn gives us life forces connected to the construction of the bone structure. At the same time, on the same planet, we enter into a pact of destiny with another specific individual, for example, establishing the date on which we are to meet and the goal to which we intend to work together. This resolution can either be a new event or an opportunity to make up for an old mistake. During each planetary descent, we receive specific forces from each planet. For our livers, from Jupiter. For our gallbladders, from Mars. For our hearts, from the Sun. For our kidneys, from Venus. For our lungs, from Mercury. For our brains, from the Moon. As I said earlier, during the descent through the various planets, we underwrite a planetary pact of destiny, inscribing it within our etheric body, or within the organ that corresponds to the planetary sphere. One could say that one is preparing 7 pacts of destiny with 7 persons and 7 different situations. They are going to be a part of our earthly mission. What happens if the soul loses sight of its rightful path or forgets which destiny commitment it had undertaken? In the Italian language, the verb scordare has 2 meanings: to forget and to play out of tune. The soul forgets the commitments it has made, losing harmony with its planetary guides in the cosmos, and in so doing enters into a state of disharmony. And this disharmony affects the constitution of the organ, thereby causing a specific disease. In fact, diseases that occur are evidence that something has been forgotten, and this causes the striking of a wrong chord between the body and its cosmic archetype. It's a musical problem regarding spiritual memory and discordance. In other words, diseases are a musical problem of dissonance, discordance, or inattention. When listening, the power of vibrations brings back forgotten memories that are contained within the etheric organs, and this facilitates a retuning with the planet connected to the organ that is suffering. Planetary tuning is a method for remembering which accords were made for re-achieving harmony by using the 7 planetary harmonies that are also known as the Greek modal scales. If we're able to produce and listen to a music that corresponds to that planetary world, we can gradually, day by day, by listening to that specific melody or harmony, reconnect with the archetype and remember that which we have forgotten. If we are able to get the forgotten pact to resurface, then it's done. We can get better. Healing means to fulfill that destiny that had been forgotten. Further content is available at this link, and you'll be able to request information. Best wishes to you all.